IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Hey, Indiana. Let's clear the air about vaping. Glue, rat poison, paint. We all know these products contain poisons like formaldehyde, arsenic, and lead. And these are just a few of the chemicals you'll find in e-cigarette vapor. Let's clear the air, Indiana. Don't puff this stuff. Visit don'tpuffthisstuff.com to join the fight and spread the word.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to Covenant Christian High School. It's our second of two games this week for the Warriors after losing last night to Lebanon. They return tonight, senior night, 6 seniors being honored here in pregame activities as the Warriors look to finish out this week with a win here this evening. They come into this contest at 11 and 10, looking for their 12th win tonight. They are hosting Ritter. The Raiders come in at 12 and 8. They've won 3 of their last 5 contests after winning 8 of their first 9 this season. They have cooled off over the last couple of weeks. High school volleyball here on IndianaSRN, brought to you in part by Reynolds Farm Equipment, your local hometown John Deere dealer since 1955. 5 central Indiana locations. Reynolds meets all your equipment, parts, and service needs. Boilermaker Local 374, representing skilled workers across Indiana. Discover the Boilermaker advantage with Local 374. Burtner Electric, spark with confidence, your trusted electrician partners since 1986. Wheeler Mission, helping our neighbors in need since 1893, thanks to generous, caring individuals like you. Morales Group Staffing, building better futures one story at a time. Let us help you find your next opportunity. LifeWise Academy. LifeWise Academy brings Bible education to public school students during school hours. Learn more at lifewise.org. LIUNA, the Build America Union, 500,000 strong and fighting for better wages, safer job sites, and greater opportunities. The IndianaSRN sports page. From the court to the field, IndianaSRN brings it home. Daily information from coast to coast and border to border. Great to have you with us tonight as we're beginning to wind down the high school volleyball season. As we mentioned moments ago, it is senior night as 6 seniors being honored here this evening. Troy Derengowski along with Jarrett Lewis. Great to have you with us here tonight. Back-to-back games for a Covenant team that lost to a good Lebanon team last night. And as you well know, you get to senior night, a lot of emotions going through players' minds, and sometimes the focus isn't always there.
Yeah, sure thing. I mean, you remember your senior night. That wasn't too long ago.
A couple of years,
yeah, just a couple.
Yeah.
The emotions, that definitely plays a factor into this one. And if you're a Covenant team, obviously you're coming off that loss to Lebanon, like you said, and you want to pick up a win. You have all this added festivities pregame. and it wasn't your best showing, and you're hoping that, later on in this season, you've played over 20 matches now, you're hoping that you can play your best volleyball, and I think Covenant has a good opportunity here tonight to bounce back from that Lebanon, that 3-0 loss, 3-0 sweep that they had to Lebanon, and try to pick up a home win.
You have the rest of this weekend, then, of course, next week we'll find out. Actually, Sunday the tournament draw will happen, and we'll find out how all of these teams will stack up in the upcoming tournament. Generally, at this point of the season, Jared, if you don't know what you're doing by now, you're probably not going to have a whole lot of success in the upcoming tournament, but you can also fix a few things and maybe pull off a couple of upsets.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a brand new season. You obviously want to figure things out, tweak some things if you have to. There's a lot of different strategy. There's a lot of different ways that you can pick up points, pick up kills offensively, and win your sets. And with Covenant Christian especially, you really like having Kinsey Mann, who has over 150 kills this season, one of the seniors that was honored, one of 5 or one of 6, I believe. And you like having that sort of force on your offense. She's a phenomenal player, but you want to see some other players kind of fill some spots too, and step up and allow your team to play your best volleyball and hopefully make a deep postseason run.
Well, the other aspect of this tonight is, and again, the rest of the season, cut down on mistakes. Go back to last night, and we saw where Covenant played much better in the second and third set. But the bottom line is they really shot themselves in the foot many times because of bad sets, or they gave too many free balls away.
Yeah, they've lost 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And all those have been sweeps also. The 3-0 loss to Lebanon, but they got progressively better. You could see in the box score after the first set it was 25-11.
Yeah.
Then you start to play a little bit better. You start to figure things out as the game goes on, but you want to have a good start. I think that's probably crucial for Covenant if they want to pick up a win tonight against Ritter. 2 teams that I think are pretty balanced, pretty evened out. I mean, records would show that. Mann has way more kills than the top kill getter for Ritter.
Yeah.
But 2 teams that are pretty balanced out, so I think a good start for the Warriors will probably be a good idea if they want to come away with a win here tonight.
All right, when we come back, we're going to talk about this Ritter team. As we said, they got off to a great start this year, but they've cooled off since then, and then they've kind of picked things up here in the last couple of games. We'll talk about Ritter next here on IndianaSRN.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Back once again here at Covenant Christian. It is senior night, as we mentioned, 6 seniors being honored here this evening. In fact, they already have been. One thing that Covenant does very well is not only they honor their seniors, but they get a chance to, in previous games, and we've done these games where they honor grandparents and parents and everybody, because it's really a good family atmosphere when you talk about what the Warriors have. But before we talk about the Warriors in depth, let's talk about this Ritter team. When you look at their numbers, and we'll do some name dropping here in a couple of moments, nobody really stands out. They've got 5 or 6 players that have very even numbers, and we're so used to seeing players like we saw last night with Lebanon, where they have a couple of players that are just standouts, but this isn't the case for Ritter.
Yeah, for Ritter, they have more girls that they can go to, it seems like. You have your typical girl who's going to dig it out and hopefully set up some nice passes to their offensive girls, and it could be a plethora. So we'll probably call out a couple of different names, I think, for Ritter, more so than for Covenant Christian, as they still have a couple minutes here to warm up and get ready for this one. We're going to find out, I think, who those girls are for Ritter as this game gets going. And look at Ritter. They're wearing the road red jerseys tonight. Covenant donning they had the green for the JV and the all black. We could see the numbers a little bit better, it looks like, for Covenant, maybe not so much for Ritter, but we'll do our best. But yeah, with this Ritter team, a couple of girls are going to have 5 or 6 kills. Some might have 7 or 8. So it's going to be a pretty balanced offensive attack, I think, for Ritter tonight.
Yeah, I'll give you a couple of names here. Audrey Eaton leads the team in kills at 68. Her kill percentage at 33.8. But to show you how close some of these numbers are, Berkey Fink is at 63 kills, 138 digs, and 22 aces. And then you think about Chima Awanya, who has 48 kills and 55 total blocks. That'll be a big key tonight. And then Robin Buck at 59 kills, 23 aces, 162 digs, and 151 assists. So Buck probably the best all-around player. But as I said, those numbers really don't stand out because there's some names we haven't mentioned yet that I'm sure throughout the broadcast we will. I just don't know that I've seen such a balanced team like this because nobody really has big numbers.
And their schedule's fairly balanced, too. They have this 12-8 record. Pretty tough Indiana Crossroads Conference. Both these teams are in. Heritage Christian looks to be at the top of that one. They've won 4 out of 5 conference matchups. Ritter, though, 0-4, so they've had some really tough games. Obviously, both these teams with that conference have a couple of common opponents, and Covenant Christian has done a little bit better job in playing those common opponents this season. But Ritter, pretty good teams on their schedule. They've had some sweeps that they've won. They've had some sweeps that they've lost. I mean, that you can say that at just about every team. But this 12-8 record, they're still kind of, I think, trying to find just who maybe their go-to girl is, or maybe it's not. Maybe it's somebody, or maybe it's a couple of somebodies that they will look to go to try to pick up those kills.
Yeah, Lacey Hunter, their head coach for the Raiders, they're averaging this season at 4.3 kills per set. Now, the one number we're going to notice tonight, and this is for both teams, and we've covered Covenant Christian enough to know that a 132 hitting percentage is probably not going to get you very far in the tournament. And I say that at the same time, you look at a Ritter team, their hitting percentage is only 136. You're going to have to get those numbers up somewhere probably close to the 200 mark if you're going to make any type of inroads in the upcoming tournament. So those are 2 areas, and I'll mention another one too, and you probably know this as well. Covenant Christian has got to do a better job of serving tonight. Their serve percentage is under 90% coming to this one tonight. Now, they only had 5 service errors last night, but the previous match we had, they were plus 20. And so that's an area they really got to improve on.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it all starts with the serve, and you want to have that go-to girl sometimes to pick up some aces, pick up some good serves. And that hasn't always been the case, as you said, but we talked about a good start for Covenant Christian especially. You'd like to win that first set for sure to have that good start, but it also starts trying to win the point with a good serve. And I think you hit it right on the head with having that and hopefully having a good all-around type of performance this late in the season. You've played 20-plus games. You want to really start to see things intertwine a little bit better.
One other thing we'll watch tonight will be how many free balls you're going to give up. Last night, Covenant Christian gave up several free balls, and that means just an extra possession for the opposing team. When we come back, we'll talk more about the Warriors. We'll take a look back at their loss last night to a very good Lebanon team who I think is very underrated. Maybe one of the best players in the state, and Kinley Young just had a phenomenal game last night. We'll talk about the 6 seniors and the Warriors looking for win number 12. It's coming up next on IndianaSRN.
Hello and welcome to Game Day. My name is Keith Myers. I'm the Vice President of IndianaSRN. We're glad that you joined us today. If you'd like to see more content just like tonight, just hit the donate button. Every dollar that you donate will go right back into more games right here on IndianaSRN, which means more games for you. It's IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Your business depends on quality, efficiency, and reliability. At Reynolds Farm Equipment, we help you stay ahead with John Deere commercial mowers built for performance. Whether you're maintaining parks, businesses, or neighborhood lawns, you need equipment that works as hard as you do. With expert service, flexible financing, and the best lineup of mowers in the industry, Reynolds keeps your operation running strong. Reynolds Farm Equipment, your local John Deere dealer since 1955.
Back here at Covenant Christian, both teams getting ready for their second to last game of the regular season. We mentioned a little bit ago the tournament draw will be on Sunday night, and then we'll know the road for all these teams in the tournament. It's hard to believe we're getting to that point where tennis is down to their sectional. They'll be in the regional. We see all the other sports, fall sports starting to wind down. Volleyball will be next. You mentioned the Indiana Crossroads Conference standings. We'll get to those in a couple of moments. Last night was one of those games where Covenant Christian got off to a really slow start. And when you're facing a player like Kinley Young, who ended up with 16 kills in last night's game, and Mallory short for 11 and had 14, you had two players combining for 30 kills in the win. They were just unstoppable, but when you watch those two players play, you can see why they're as good as they are. But on the other side, you already mentioned Kenzie Mann, who last night didn't have the normal game we generally would see, but she still ended up with 7 kills, but they kind of limited her a little bit because of the size. When you have a player at 6'3", can block at the net the way she does. But tonight I think Kenzie Mann needs to have one of those games where they just go to her a lot, let her kind of take over, because that's the kind of player she is. So you can talk about her. And then, of course, Raven Russell, another one of those seniors at 6'2", does a great job on the slide to the right on the back set. Just two players that I think can dominate up front.
Yeah, man, second team All-State last year. That leading kill getter also leads the team in aces. Just extremely dynamic, and one of the players that's absolutely for sure going to be a key factor in a win if Covenant Christian were to get it. But I think other players are going to have to play a role too, as we mentioned. You mentioned Raven Russell at 6'2" is phenomenal. Volleyball is really, it's kind of like basketball and maybe a few other sports where it's a game of runs. And if someone's hot, if someone has the hot hand, you want to keep going back to them, keep feeding them, and see what they can do with it. And Mann is definitely one of those players, and Raven Russell as well, with her height and her ability, striking the volleyball. It's going to be those two, I think, as you mentioned, going to be the key for Covenant Christian.
What is amazing about Kenzie Mann, and we've said this on our broadcasts this year and even last year, is she's only 5'6", and yet when you watch her, and they usually set her up on the left side, is she's one of those players that can get up over that net, and she looks like she might be about 6'3", the way she plays. It's
a taller net than it appears.
Yes.
For guys like us too, it's difficult. It's a lot more difficult than what it looks like on camera. But these girls are tremendous athletes, and they've been playing volleyball for a pretty long time. They know exactly what they're doing, getting good passes, especially from Caddison Oppie, who is their kind of sort of the captain, and picking up a lot of those assists and making those good passes to some of those strikers. So that's going to be one of the ways that Covenant Christian is going to be able to, hopefully, if you're a Warrior fan, pick up a win, a conference win too.
And they too can be balanced as well. You talk about, again, Crane, 126 assists coming in. Chloe Bell, 18 aces. She also has the ability to come in and give them some stability, either offensively or defensively. Anna Cope with 99 digs this year. I think that if they can put it together and stop some of the mistakes that they make, they kind of shoot themselves in the foot as much as they do, they could make some noise in that tournament. But those are big to me, the serving and giving too many free balls back.
Sure thing. The free balls are kind of maybe sometimes not an overlooked thing, but it's one of those just key little things. There's so many of those in volleyball that you gotta make sure you're doing right, starting with the serve, then the dig, then the passing, then the strike, of course. I mean, it's all, there's so many components, and it all has to work. And hopefully, you want to see just better overall volleyball in all facets of the offense and the defense.
All right, when we come back, we'll talk about the latest standings in the Indiana Crossroads Conference. And don't forget, we have the tournament coming up next week as well. This is the tournament we will be covering here on Indiana SRN. That's coming up next right here on Indiana SRN.
Hello and welcome to Game Day. My name is Keith Myers. I'm the Vice President of IndianaSRN. We're glad that you joined us today. If you'd like to see more content just like tonight, just hit the donate button. Every dollar that you donate will go right back into more games right here on IndianaSRN, which means more games for you. It's IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Your business depends on quality, efficiency, and reliability. At Reynolds Farm Equipment, we help you stay ahead with John Deere commercial mowers built for performance. Whether you're maintaining parks, businesses, or neighborhood lawns, you need equipment that works as hard as you do. With expert service, flexible financing, and the best lineup of mowers in the industry, Reynolds keeps your operation running strong. Reynolds Farm Equipment, your local John Deere dealer since 1955.
Back here at Covenant Christian here on the pregame show. And as we mentioned, next week's, in fact, Monday, there will be 6 games as part of the City Alliance tournament. Let's run down that schedule. Purdue Poly will play Providence Cristo Rey. That'll be a 7 o'clock start time. That'll take place at Purdue Poly. Also, the 4th-seeded Covenant Christian, they will be at home. They'll take on Arsenal Tech. That will begin at 7 o'clock. Also at 7, Tindley will be home against Heron. Another 7 o'clock start time will be Crispus Attucks against Crystal House. That'll take place at Crispus Attucks. The number 3 seed Heritage Christian, they'll be home against Scecina. And then this Ritter team is home. They take on Washington. The quarterfinals will be on Tuesday, and number 1 Cathedral gets the winner of Purdue Poly and Providence Cristo Rey. The number 2 seed Bishop Chatard, they get the winner of Crispus Attucks and Crystal House. And then on Wednesday, and we'll have these 2 semifinals. They'll take place at Heritage Christian. The first game will be at 5:30. The second game will be at 7 o'clock, or immediately following the first contest. And then the championship will be on Thursday beginning at 7 o'clock, and that'll be the city champion. And we'll have those 3 games here on Indiana SRN. The latest Indiana Crossroads Conference standings, Heritage Christian is at 4-1. This Covenant Christian team is 2-1. Greenwood Christian Academy 3-2. Scecina is 2-2. Lutheran is 2-3, and Ritter is at 0-4. And they would love to get an upset here tonight and at least get that goose egg off the board here tonight as well. So we're ready to go here. And, of course, in a couple of moments, Jared's going to give us the keys to tonight's game. I'm sure that your keys will be much more in depth than what we get out of our previous analyst, Keith Myers, who always wants to talk about
the coach.
Yeah, his serving. You know how he gets the antenna and he talks about putting that little string across the antenna and you serve in between there. That's why they won a state championship.
Sure.
He thinks that he invented that.
You know, in all of Keith's wisdom that I tried to, put into my brain leading up to this match. Frankly,
how long did that take?
Yeah, I was about to say not too long. I didn't really take much.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. But no, I was watching his highlight reel before we got into this matchup. So we're ready for this. The keys, I think we kind of mentioned the one about Covenant is a good quick start. You would hate to go down 1-0 on your home court, coming off a loss to Lebanon. So just finding that, finding a flow, finding some mojo, I think can really help them, and hopefully you avoid a sweep. Obviously would be worst case scenario on senior night. So you want to have, I think, a really good start. And if you're Ritter, you want to play spoiler. So a good start is just as crucial. Hopping out to a good start and trying to put the home fan base out of it.
I want to find out where that highlight reel is as well of Coach Myers. All right, when we come back, we'll get things started from Covenant Christian, the Warriors 11-10. The Ritter Raiders come in at 12-8. Volleyball action coming up in moments right here on IndianaSRN.
IndianaSRN wants to put more kids on TV. And honestly, that's exactly what these kids deserve. They stream more than 350 high school and college games every year, giving Indiana athletes the spotlight they've earned. All games are free to watch with On Demand on their YouTube channel. The cost is amazingly affordable, which means more kids get their moment to shine. IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Did you know, according to the National Federation of High Schools, 80% of new officials quit the game after just 2 seasons because of abusive behavior from the stands and sidelines?
Your kid's Friday night touchdown. Just Wit HD on Roku. IndianaSRN is bringing Central Indiana high school sports right to your living room in crystal clear quality. With over 350 live contests streaming each year, from football under the lights to basketball buzzer beaters, we're putting local athletes in the spotlight. Search IndianaSRN on your Roku device today and never miss a moment of hometown glory.
At Riskwork, we're Team Indiana through and through, from coaching youth basketball to protecting critical infrastructure. Like our partners at IndianaSRN, we invest in people first. That same grit and leadership on the court drives our work in cybersecurity. We help businesses stay secure, resilient, and ready with no guesswork. If you can trust us to protect the grid, you can surely trust us to protect your Indiana business.
It's game day, a time to focus on the excitement and not to worry about your insurance coverage. With Indiana Farmers Insurance by your side, you can step onto the field or into the bleachers with true peace of mind, knowing your coverage is handled by local agents who care about your business, your auto, your home, and your farm as much as you do. Local insurance, local agents, here for you. Now that's what we call teamwork.
A look at the Ritter Raiders. You mentioned they're all red here tonight. Raiders beat Crystal House after that shutout. They went to Heritage Christian, played that in a 4-setter, the number 1 team in the Indiana Crossroads Conference and the number 2 seed in the upcoming tournament. Then they turned around and beat University by a final of 3-1. They've won 3 out of their last 5. They come in at 12-8 on the season. We mentioned some of the players a few moments ago, and you're going to hear different names throughout the entire broadcast tonight. As we mentioned, it's just nobody that really stands out. Maybe one of the better balanced teams we have seen this season. When they're done tonight, they'll finish out on the 11th of October against Southwestern. And now the Warriors will be introduced to the home crowd here tonight as well. Let's go ahead and take the public address announcer, and you'll hear the introductions of the players.
Number 1 is the Number 3, Emma Craig. She's got number 5, Chloe Bell. Number 6, Chloe Shellen. Number 7, Chloe Lane. Number 9, coaching for your Warriors, Nick Oppie.
All right, there you have it. Both teams have been introduced. We're ready to get started in this one here this evening. We are a little behind schedule because of the length of the junior varsity contest. It ended up going 3 sets, and then, of course, with all the senior night activities as well. So we're just a tad behind here this evening. Tonight's broadcast is a copyright production of IndianaSRN and the Indiana High School Athletic Association. Any use of audio or video without the expressed written permission of IndianaSRN and the IHSAA is strictly prohibited. And I know you're excited to be here tonight. I know that alarm will go off very early in the morning, but I'll be thinking about you while I'm asleep.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And if you don't hear from me at a certain time, then call me. I know you're up that early.
Oh, yeah.
Make sure I wake up. No, I'm just kidding.
We're ready to get this one underway, and as we mentioned, the draw will come up on Sunday night, and then after next week, we get the tournament underway, and then by then, you either win or you go home, and that's the one fun thing about the tournament. I know everybody gets in, and as you said, it's a new season, but you got to be playing some good volleyball going into that tournament. That draw, you just never know.
Yeah.
You could end up having 2 really good teams play one another, or you end up maybe as one of the teams that has not had great success and turn around and play a Cathedral or somebody like Westfield, and that's not a whole lot of fun either.
And just about any other sport, really, if you're hot at the right time, then watch out.
Yeah.
It could be anybody. The records, frankly, start over once you enter that tournament time, so you got to wipe the slate clean, but don't forget about, obviously what you're good at and what works well and how you're able to win games and pick up points.
All senior lineup, as you heard, all 6 seniors starting tonight. Russell, Berger, Flatt, Fowler, Oppie, and Mann. And this will be interesting just from this standpoint. When you get to senior night, you want to start the seniors, but sometimes they don't always play together throughout the year. And so I'll be curious to see how they're going to mesh a little bit early, because you said it a little bit ago in the pregame that it's important to get off to a good start.
Yeah.
It will be Ritter serving. Robin Buck. You see Robin right there for the Raiders, and we're underway. The overpass, and that's what we talked about a little bit ago as something you got to avoid, as Kennedy Dillard ends up getting the kill.
Dillard leading the team in blocks. Got to have your head on a swivel. If you're not able to cleanly retrieve that serve and it ends up on the other end, you got to be ready for something like that. And now back-to-back points to start things off.
And that'll be an ace. So a good start is Robin Buck. 23 aces coming in, and an early 2-0 lead now for Ritter. Not the start that the Warriors were hoping. Now, I think you're playing a couple of players here a little bit out of position, and one of those is your back player there, Raven Russell. That's not normally where she plays. And that'll be long on the attack. Point will go to Covenant. That rotation looking a whole lot different than it normally does. Kenzie Mann will be serving. Had 7 kills last night. And a good serve for Mann, and she gets an ace on the board.
A lot of points to pick up. First to 25, you got a long way to go, so any sort of deficit, whether it's 2 points or 6 or 7, you got to think that you're still within reach at all times.
Short set middle and the kill. Boy, that's one thing. You got to be careful, and you saw Dillard get her second kill. She had 48 coming in, and she's a big player in the middle.
She'll take a quick seat, too, as you want the right girl in to serve this one away.
Audrey Eaton also checking in. Now for Ritter. Ritter +1 here in the opening set. That's Russell, hits into the net, an attack error, point Ritter. some point you have to think, are we going to continue this, or will we maybe get the normal rotation in before you fall too far behind? That'll be a service error. First one of the night. So side out Covenant.
Something you want to limit is those unforced errors, bad serves especially.
This will be Berger serving. And a good serve by Berger. One of the seniors doesn't get a whole lot of opportunity to play, but positive influence for this team.
Yeah, kind of a ball that looked like it was tailing away from Ritter and unable to get in front of it. Much better time this time.
Left-hand attempt there on a bad set. Dillard had to reach over to get it. And Ritter will make the return. Russell in the middle, and the big-time swing and the kill.
Big time is right. A lot of force on that one.
You can tell she's more comfortable up there than back there. So the Warriors have made their changes. That'll be their first service error of the night. And Ritter now ties this one at 5 apiece. Harper Fink is back to serve now for the Raiders. One thing for sure at this point, that'll be receiving error, and a ace there by Harper is you're not going to see the same players we saw last night. Somebody at 6'3" on the other side of the net, and that's a player I think we're going to see not only in the All-Star game that we'll be broadcasting in November, but she'll be a Division I type player. And we've got a whistle, and looks like we may have a net violation against the Raiders.
Good eyes by Flat. Ball didn't go in the spot she wanted to, but she was trying to go across court. No one there for Ritter, but still they commit the violation and point to Covenant.
Stockwell on the serve, and the return now by Ritter. Not a great set, but a good recovery. We talked about it last night several times that Covenant did not set well, and that'll be a kill. That time, Anna Fowler.
One of the longer points we've seen so far.
Stockwell has served very well early. Fowler had 2 kills last night in that 3-set loss to Lebanon. The back set. Good block by Russell. Keep that ball in play. Back to the outside, and there is Anna Fowler with a kill.
Good find and a good swing put on by Fowler. Started with the block, though, too. Russell, it's a hard one to get by.
Yeah, it's 6'2". Russell, when she gets rolling up front, both on offense and defense, that's hit long. Russell can be very, very tough on that front row. 9-6 Covenant, and they continue to serve, and right now, Emmeline Stockwell doing a great job. Crowd very into this one here tonight on senior night. The overpass costing Ritter, and Covenant leads it by 4. That's one of those receiving errors. We talked about that too. The one thing as a coach, you say, listen, let's just keep it in play the best we can, and a lot of times you see that overpass, and it generally will cost you points. Back to the outside. Free ball chance here for the Warriors. They got it over the net. It wasn't pretty. Well, they set it up to the outside from the attack line. Another bad overpass. Ball kept alive, though, on the point, Ritter.
I think Covenant thought they had that point with Russell on a quick reaction to tip it over, but Ritter was ready for it. And they sent it back over, and the Warriors caught napping.
You do see that a lot in volleyball where you think you've gotten the point and you find out that they make a great play and you're flat-footed. As Ritter will serve -3, and there's an ace. Kind of like that little celebration there.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen something like that.
And Klupacek gets her first ace of the night. And with a whistle that stopped play, and I don't know if somebody was out of rotation here, but I think they're going to say, listen, we're going to redo this, so we get a mulligan.
You get one of those every now and then.
Yes. Well, this thing is setting up to be a 5-setter tonight.
I'm going to mark that down. What time is it? I'm going to remember the time you said that. We shall see.
Our producer shut me off.
Why would he do that?
I don't know what just happened there. Do you?
Kevin got the point. And they have a 3-point lead.
Here is Anna Fowler. You know, if it does, it's interesting how Keith got the night off.
If it does, sleep over at Keith's. And he'll make us breakfast in the morning.
Oh, yeah. Russell with a nice swing. Man, and there's that set. It was too far behind her, needed it closer to the net. And we've seen both teams struggle a little bit here tonight on their sets. And that one hit into the net from behind the 10-foot line. Point will go to Ritter.
Kind of a little bit out of sorts on that point. And a couple of shots taken by Covenant, not fairly close to the net. That last one, not in a prime spot.
And there'll be an ace. That's going to be Nadalyn Neri Morales. 39 aces coming in. Lead down to 1.
Pretty good in the dig department as well. Closing in on 200.
Not very many open seats here, and that's going to be another ace. 2 in a row now by Nadalyn Neri Morales. That is their 4th, actually 5th ace of the night. Well, that's one of those tweeners where you're not sure whether you should go for it near that back line, but I always say play it if there's any doubt. That one was played this time. Big strike on the outside. Haven't seen Kenzie Mann get into it yet. That'll be an attack error. Point will go to Covenant.
The serves from Ritter have been pretty good, especially those last 3 or 4, pushing Covenant farther back in rotation.
Boy, and another bad offensive play that time. And that, again, just shows you if you don't have a really good setter, you can't get into the flow of your offense. And another mistake there by Cardinal Ritter. See if they can come back here. That was attempted on the outside by Dillard. And now they're down by 3. Raven Russell will be serving. They had only 5 service errors last night, which was a huge improvement. Kenzie Mann, the block up front. Dillard, free ball chance here for Ritter from the attack line. Nice job that time by Russell on the back row. Mann again gets blocked up front. That was Dillard again getting a hand on it. Short set, Dillard, and just a little bit too much on the high swing, and the point will go to the Warriors.
Another one of those longer than normal points, and I think if you're going to win the entire match, you probably need to win most of those points because these two teams are showing they're fairly even.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Reynolds Farm Equipment, the leading equipment dealer serving farmers, homeowners, landscapers, and commercial contractors in Indiana. If you'd like more information, give them a call, 317-849-0810.
I think the Covenant student section is getting a little too rowdy.
What's that one kid doing there?
There's something on the court.
I'm glad we're not immature like that. +4 now for the Warriors. They get a free chance now. That's Mann, and Mann with her first kill of the night.
Hadn't really called her name up until that.
This is LifeWise Academy.
Ready for that one.
So now the lead at 5. This is the most I think we have seen Raven Russell serving in a while. And another hit into the net. Robin Buck unable to get it across. Another attack error, and now it's +6.
I think another point or two to Covenant. Might see a timeout from Ritter.
Set was a little bit behind, but unfortunately, they started celebrating again, and this time the Warriors made him almost pay for it. How about the Warriors keeping it alive? That's Russell. You can't start celebrating, and that point goes to the Warriors.
See all the energy. They started this run, and there it is, the timeout. Ritter needs to talk things over.
Covenant leads it by 7.
This is LifeWise Academy. It's a program that teaches Bible-based character education to public school students during school hours. Not before school and not after, but during school hours.
So here's how this works. The students will leave this school building, hop on this bus, take a short ride across the street to the church. I can see the steeple from here, have Bible class, hop back on the bus, head back to school. It's that simple.
Go to lifewise.org to find your school.
During Army basic training, I found out I had 7 herniated discs. Prescription pain medication led me to a heroin addiction. I entered Wheeler's program and learned life on God's terms.
After meeting Greg, I was so impressed, I hired him. When you change that one life, it makes it all worthwhile.
Now, I have a family, house, and a job that I love. At Wheeler, you can have something everlasting.
Following the timeout, 7-point lead now for Covenant Christian. Raven Russell continuing to serve. So far, just one service error and a missed play on the back row. And again, that's that judgment call, whether you go for it or not. And if you're going to go for it, you got to go for it full tilt. But another ace on the board. That'll be 4 aces now for the Warriors here in the opening set. And they now lead it by 8. Ritter needs something positive. They give a free ball again to the Warriors. Man. Ritter back to the attack once again. They found the campfire open. Robin Buck gets the kill. That'll be her first. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Beatty Insurance, a company that understands your industry and what's on the line for you. Give Lance a call, 812-522-5640. Side out Ritter, -7 here in the first set.
It starts with 1. Now you start to build on it.
That's Mann. Had a good strike from the outside left. And then the return and the point.
Kind of in a dead area right there in the middle.
Yeah.
Around 4 or 5 girls.
They call that the campfire being open. Macy Dill gets the kill. That'd be a good banner, huh?
Yeah.
Still down by 6. Raven Russell. I think she hit that one out into the parking lot. Point will go to Ritter, and serving will be Berkey Fink. 63 kills this year, 22 aces coming in. Well, the one thing you don't want to give a big lead, and now it's down to 4.
It's a game of runs. You know, I'd like to build a campfire soon, but it hasn't been cold enough.
Yeah, soon, I'm sure.
It's coming.
By this time next month, you can build a lot of them. Well, almost a misplay that time by Emmeline Stockwell. Kenzie Mann, and Mann gets the kill outside left. Mann now has 2 kills tonight.
Another look at it.
5-6. Still hard to believe.
Timing that one up with Appy.
We are now in the red zone. Warriors need 5 to put this first set away. That'll be long on the strike. Outside left, point Warriors. Here is a coach. Now, you know this as well. You watch a lot of sports. You just want to step on their throat here and put them away in that first set.
Yeah, that's the mentality you have to have. You can't think it's going to be easy. You can't lay off the gas at all. And right now, things still going Covenant's way after a little bit of a Ritter run.
Boy, and Ritter not even close on that set. That went outside the antenna. And that'll be long. Second service error for the Warriors. Still leaded by 6. And Robin Buck will be serving now for Ritter. This thing was close, and then Raven Russell started serving, and Ritter just had no answers. There's another service error. This time the Raiders now have 2. Kenzie Mann will serve now for the Warriors, and nearly got her an ace right there, but a free ball to the middle. And finding the open corner and the point.
Good vision.
Berger gets her first kill of the night.
Set point now.
Covenant trying to open up with the first set win and kind of set the tone. That's Mann. Nope, it was going to be the outside left to Fowler. And I think they ended up calling a net violation or a lift that time on the Raiders. So the point will go to Covenant. We had to set to the Warriors, win it 25-16.
Fans, are you ready to get even closer to all the action with IndianaSRN? Subscribe now and never miss a moment. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and get instant access to exclusive live streams. Stay updated with real-time scores and breaking news by following us on Twitter, your ultimate source for everything Indiana sports related. Hit that subscribe button on YouTube and smash that follow on Twitter. Join the IndianaSRN family today and take your passion for high school and college sports to the next level.
Countdown 3, 2, 1.
A great lawn starts with the right equipment. At Reynolds Farm Equipment, we're here to help you make mowing easier and more enjoyable. From zero turns to lawn tractors, John Deere mowers give you the power, precision, and comfort to get the job done right. Plus, with expert service and support from Reynolds, you can spend less time worrying about your mower and more time enjoying the results. Reynolds Farm Equipment, your local John Deere dealer since 1955.
Looking to elevate your brand? Choose Dynamark, your local one-stop shop for all your print, signs, promo products, apparel, and mailing services. Serving Indianapolis for over 50 years. Dynamark, where strong relationships are built through exceptional service.
High school volleyball on IndianaSRN, brought to you in part by Boilermaker Local 374, where they represent highly skilled, highly motivated workers in field construction and metal fabrication in Indiana. Whether it's a new build, upgrade, or facility maintenance, you can count on Local 374 to get the job done right the first time. Thoughts about the opening set? Warriors and Raiders close, and then Warriors got that distance and finished it out late.
Yeah, a couple of back and forth moments there. Ritter looked like they had some good serves going. They had a run of 3 or 4 points, but that crucial time when Russell was the one serving, she had a couple of good serves, a couple of miscues on the part of Ritter, and it just kind of picked up on each other, and they ran off about 5 or 6 consecutive points there with Russell at the serve. And from that point on, they were just able to control that lead, not make any big crucial mistakes, and kind of put away a miniature run that Ritter had, but ultimately it was just too much for the Raiders to try and overcome.
I think one thing that kind of helped is making sure that after the seniors got the start, that they got them back in the rotation where they belong. We talked about Raven Russell playing a little bit out of position, but once they got her back up front, things kind of clicked after that.
Yeah, it sure did. You saw Russell kind of working a lot better in her sweet spot in the area that she's more familiar with, and proved to be a good point, a good start for Covenant Christian. And also didn't call her name up until about midway through that first set, but Kinsey Mann and her abilities showing them off with a couple of kills.
Mentioned Kinsey Mann, 2 kills and an ace in that opening set. Warriors will be serving. Taking a while to get this second set going here at Covenant Christian. By the way, if you're a baseball fan, the Cubs just eliminated the Padres, which made you happy.
Happy's an interesting word,
isn't it? The double block up front, and the point will go to the Warriors. Wow.
And the bench getting up for that one, appreciating the effort. A good first point to the home team.
I think they gave that to Emmeline Stockwell. That'll be her first block of the night. So a good start here for the Warriors, but Ritter comes back, they get the point. Robin Buck gets her second kill of the night, and Buck will be serving now for Ritter. We're tied at 1 here in the second set. We were talking earlier, and we do a lot of games, and that's going to be just inside the line, and this time from the right side, Kenzie Mann gets her third kill. Take another look at it. One thing about volleyball, too, and a lot of sports have momentum, but it seems like volleyball, once you get on a roll and you get about 7-8 points going, it's amazing how this thing can turn around. Free ball chance here for Ritter. They went outside left. Thought they're going to go back to the middle to Dillard. The back set. Each team, good rotation. Boy, right now, great play there by Berger. Short set, and the point might have been intended. In fact, they might say it was either a net violation, and I think that's going to be the case.
Yeah, it came from the far official.
And it was either Buck or it was number 6, Macy Dill.
I think they got Dill. The fingers going up from the official on the far side. Looks like number 9.
Was that Kennedy Dillard?
I believe so.
The push and the point. One of those plays that's very sneaky, and you saw Macy Dill at the net there for Ritter. Brenda Sandoval will check in and serve. She has 15 aces on the year. Covenant leads it by 1 here in the second set. Another set that was not where it needed to be. Warriors go to the outside left, and well, I tell you what, that was one of those where Kenzie Mann knew she really didn't get a good time on that jump. Point will go to Ritter, tied at 3. These two teams played close in the first set, and then the Warriors took off from there. Saw Dill try to sneak one across. We'll see how Ritter will respond, and they'll give a free ball chance now for the Warriors. And that one will be blocked out of play as Izzy Flatt will get the kill, her first of the night. We didn't see Izzy play a ton last night. Ritter making a bunch of changes once again as it'll be side out for the Warriors. Well, that one just clipped the top of the net, and the point for Audrey Eaton.
And that helped out Eaton. Because you see it go off the net, now you have to readjust if you're a Covenant player on the other side, and they just weren't in the right position at the right time.
But we stay close at 4 apiece. Ritter trying to take the lead here in the second set. Another team really mounting a serious attack right here. Warriors, the back set. Ritter does the same thing, near side, and the point will go to Macy Dill, her third kill.
Dill really wasn't in a good position, it seemed like, to get off that swing, but it proved to be effective still. Send it towards the back row.
I don't think either team's really set very well tonight, have they? Especially when you consider you're at this stage 20 and 21, now 22 matches in. You probably need to fix that pretty quick. Point will go to Ritter. They lead it now by 2. Boy, think about Kenzie Mann. I think we're going to have to get her going pretty quick here. There's the block up front and the point. Might have been Berger. I know it was one of 2 players there, her and Izzy Flatt. But they'll get the block for the point, side out. And Covenant -1 here in the second set. Free ball again for the Warriors. They set it in the middle, and I think we may have a net violation. I believe that time it was Dillard who had basically reached across the net. And the point will go to the Warriors. I know that Dillard is questioning that call, and that'll be an ace.
Here's where, if you're Ritter, you have a call that goes against you, and then you followed it up with not able to field that serve. Try to regroup, try to get the point back. Don't want to see Covenant rattle off another run like they did in the first set.
And that'll be a kill. Ritter does get the point back. Once again, it was Macy Dill getting the kill. That is number 4 on the night. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Piper Logistics. For more than 2 decades, the seasoned professionals at Piper have been the trusted partners for inventory management, warehousing, fulfillment, and transportation. For more information, give them a call, 317-396-1023. Tied at 7. And that'll be the 3rd service error tonight by Ritter. Here's Izzy Flatt. Izzy does have a kill tonight. And a good serve. Free ball chance here once again for the Warriors. Over the top, on the swing is Mann. They'll get their second straight free ball. Man again. Cross-court attack, whistle, and it's going to go against Ritter once again, a net violation. Point will go to the Warriors, and now they lead it by 2. A lot of mistakes here by the Raiders.
Boy, Flatt has a really good serve. Second one where she's had a little bit of heat on it. It's low, right above the net. Good save there that time, too.
Yeah, great play by Flatt, as you mentioned. And a double hit called against Ritter. Nope, they're going to say against the Warriors. So the point will go to Ritter. Back to a 1-point lead for the Warriors. Free ball chance now for Ritter. Short set middle, and I'm not sure when you look at that, Kennedy Dillard, as big as she is in the middle, is the set not quite right? It's always a short set.
Yeah, the timing you could see was definitely off because Dillard was in the air, kind of ready to swing before the ball was halfway to her. If they can figure out that timing, it could be a good opportunity with Dillard, like you said, in the middle with her size.
Man on the swing, hits it deep, point Ritter. Ritter playing a lot of different players in this one. You can kind of see now with the amount of substitutions that they have why they don't have any players that have gigantic numbers.
Yeah, Ritter using a lot more of their bench than what Covenant does. I believe 5 or 6 girls with 40 kills or more for Ritter.
Raiders will try to tie it right here, and that's going to be number 4 on the night. So side out for the Warriors, +2. Well, their serving is much better. I mentioned only 5 last night in the service error department, and tonight, so far, just 2. Ball kept alive in the push by Kenzie Mann. Well, they wanted to set Mann up again, just couldn't get it to her. And then in the middle there, you saw it, the short set to Dillard.
Much better that time.
And that's what a free ball does to you right there. And they love that
Set
short
up
set.
nicely, yep. Dillard has some ups to her also.
3rd kill of the night, unofficially for Dillard. Still a 1-point lead. This is about where we were that we saw in the first set where the Warriors kind of took off from there. And a bad set, but it turns out to be a point. Outside right, Macy Dill with her 5th kill of the night. You love a player that can readjust the way that Macy Dill did that time. Otherwise, that would have been a point for the Warriors.
Yeah, Dill a couple times has done that. It hasn't been the best ball placement, but she's still able to get off a nice clean shot.
Kenzie Mann with her 4th kill. Mann will be serving. Going back and forth here in this second set. This would be big for the Warriors to get this one, but that's like stealing from a kid right there, isn't it? Man.
They have figured it out now. We were just talking about it, and now Dillard, the timing is a whole lot better. Just the easy set. I mean, they're right next to each other, basically on each other's hips. The pass from Buck.
4 kills by Dillard. Tied at 12. See if the Warriors can respond here. Cross-court attack from the left. The overpass. And another overpass, free ball chance again for the Warriors. And they just give it right back. This is not a good volley here. Nobody's getting an attack going. And that's going to be
Just
in
out.
for the point, or was it? Yeah, I was going to see that official down on the left side called it in. And the judge, I believe, on the floor called it out.
She had a much better look at it. But you're right about that. A lot of back and forth there, not a whole lot of clean shots, clean passes.
And that'll be the third service error on the Warriors. Now, we talked about it in the pregame, things you got to clean up, and there's just some things here where you're giving another opportunity every free ball you give away, and that'll be an ace. But you don't want to give the other team many more chances. Harper Fink, her third ace of the night.
Pretty good one, too.
Ritter now leads it by 1. The back set. Nothing that time for Dill, but they get the point anyway. Another misplay on the receiving end for the Warriors. It is now a 6-2 run.
Kind of what we saw Covenant do in the first set. Ritter looking to do that themselves. Get this thing tied back, but there's another service error.
It's 5. Just saw Chima Awanya looking toward the bench there for Ritter. She is now going to man the middle. And a misplay and the ace.
Miscommunication. A couple of ties now in this set.
Yep. See how Ritter responds. Free ball chance again for the Warriors. Outside, and the point. Unable to handle it was Kenzie Mann. So now Ritter leads it by 1. Covenant won the first one by 9, and there is number 6. This is kind of one of those situations where you kind of get the feeling nobody wants to win this one, huh?
This one might go down to the wire. Gotta win it by 2, though. Gotta go on a run, and here's a nice serve again from Flat.
Gonna get another look at it right here. That's kind of a knuckler. It's kind of what you were when you were a pitcher at Eastern Hancock. You used to throw like that, huh?
Yeah, I threw a pretty nasty knuckleball.
That's what I heard. And that'll be long. So that's going to be their 4th. Still +1 in that category with Ritter. Tied at 17, side out for the Raiders. Nobody has taken charge of this set yet. And that's going to be long. The attack process with these two teams in this set has not been very pretty.
A lot of quick points here of late. Some good serves, but some bad serves too.
Boy, nice strike there by Kenzie Mann. Played well by Ritter. And they come back and get the point. So now it's a 2-point lead. And we're going to get a timeout on the floor. Ritter 19, Covenant 17.
Poached egg on avocado toast.
Ew.
Your flash fried porgy over chips.
Ew.
Your fresh main lobster with microgreens.
When the only thing your 8-year-old will eat is waffles.
She's fine. She's fine.
Your waffles, milady.
It matters where you stay.
Yum.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
Hampton by Hilton. Hilton for the stay.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got carry out?
Everything that you need, we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Oh, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
I'll be back tomorrow to pick it up.
We'll be waiting for you.
Back here at Covenant Christian after the timeout. Let's see how the Warriors respond. Man gets blocked up front. They'll go back to man again. Short set middle, and unfortunately they can't get it across, and the point will go to the Warriors.
Yeah, it's going back to Dillard again. She was trying to go, looks like, cross her body towards the far end of the court. Just couldn't make it work.
Want to remind everybody you can check us out on Roku. How about that, huh?
Hi, I have a Roku TV.
Me too. You get a chance, do so. Roku now a part of the family here on IndianaSRN. How about that block up front by Dillard? Point will go to Ritter.
It was nearly a save, too, for Covenant, but Dillard right there, right spot, right time, and she put a lot of energy into that one. Covenant unable to handle it.
Audrey Eaton back in for Dillard, her first block for the point tonight. Lead by 2. Warriors need to get something going soon, and they do. It'll be Kenzie Mann. That'll be kill number 5.
Yeah, I think if you're going to retake this lead, go to your star, go to Mann on this near side. She's had a lot of good looks.
Boy, for the Warriors, it'd be a good time to get this thing going. That's going to be hit deep by Eaton. And now we're tied at 20.
I feel like we've been tied just about every point that we've played this set.
There's not been separation by much either way. Great save there by the Warriors. That is Eaton on the return. Now the Warriors back on the attack. The back set. Ball kept alive. Joust at the net and won by Dillard. Dillard now with 5 kills.
Yeah, if you get any sort of weak ball over the net in the area of Dillard, haven't seen or called Raven Russell's name a lot this second set, but in that area, those two can really make you pay for it.
Boy, and the missed jump again. The point will go to Ritter. And that's surprising, though, that we haven't seen Raven Russell. In fact, she hasn't been on the floor a whole lot in this second set. And now you're down by 2. And it looks like we will get another timeout. Ritter, 22, Covenant 20.
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a from-scratch concept with comfort fresh food. You can expect a world-class experience on a great budget. We've got incredible specials, great service. Today's dish that we're going to highlight is going to be our Aspen Blue Sirloin. It is, again, our premium Black Angus certified beef, and we top that with a blue cheese crust. Again, everything that we do here is made from scratch, and it's no different from our steaks. We hand cut all our steaks in-house. So our team back there, it's just an incredible team. Everything that they do, they take so much pride in. They put a little bit of themselves into everything that they do over here, especially since it is a made from scratch concept. We want everybody to come, visit us, enjoy some great food with some great service. Bring your friends, bring your family, come have some great food, have a great time with us with some of the best comfort scratch food.
Right now, the Warriors, they're back against the wall here in the second set. They've called their second timeout, so the players have to figure it out from themselves here the rest of the way. Ritter back to the outside. Eaton on the nice swing. Ball was overplayed, and now we go back and forth once again. Tried to push that one across. Short set, middle, and the point. And they've done it a lot tonight. When they do get the set in, Dillard has been the player to go to. She's got some long arms, too, by the way.
She does. She has been the best player in this set.
That's Mann. Tried to attack the back middle. Warriors short set themselves. That's the first time we've seen that in a while. A little miscommunication there. Who was going to get that ball? And somehow they get it across, and Dillard, though, the timing wasn't there, but sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
Yeah, she was floating in the air, waiting for that pass, but Covenant keeping that ground right there in the middle open.
Set point. Warriors stay alive for the moment. And that one is in. The kill by Macy Dill finishes it off. Raiders win it 25-20. We'll head to set 3.
They say nice guys don't finish first. So maybe it's time to reconsider what it means to be first.
It's about being your best, but knowing you could be even better.
It's being present, but respectful of history.
It's donating something more valuable than money.
It's believing in yourself and something bigger.
It's coming from different families, but treating each other like brothers.
It's not just being a man, it's being a Mason.
Hey sports fans, are you ready to get even closer to all the action with IndianaSRN? Subscribe now and never miss a moment. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and get instant access to exclusive live streams. Stay updated with real-time scores and breaking news by following us on Twitter, your ultimate source for everything Indiana sports related. Hit that subscribe button on YouTube and smash that follow on Twitter. Join the IndianaSRN family today and take your passion for high school and college sports to the next level.
It's a program that teaches Bible-based character education to public school students during school hours. Not before school and not after, but during school hours.
So here's how this works. The students will leave this school building, hop on this bus, take a short ride across the street to the church. I can see the steeple from here, have Bible class, hop back on the bus, head back to school. It's that simple.
Go to lifewise.org to find your school.
Back here at Covenant Christian. Tomorrow night, 2 ranked teams in their respective classes. High school football, Indian Creek at Triton Central will kick it off at 7. And the other big game tomorrow night on IndianaSRN. This will be a good one as well, as LaPel takes on Heritage Christian, another 7 o'clock kickoff.
I'll have that game. 2 ranked teams also in their top 20.
And, of course, on Saturday, we'll head to Terre Haute, Rose-Hulman, and Hanover. It is homecoming day. It's a 2 o'clock kickoff time, 1:45 pregame on RHIT.TV. So a full weekend of football here on IndianaSRN and RHIT.TV. High school football season down to their last couple of weeks after tomorrow night. Here we'll go 4, guaranteed. And don't forget, we have the City Alliance Volleyball semifinals coming up next week. That'll be on Thursday. Wednesday with the semifinals, Thursday the championship game, all three here on IndianaSRN from Heritage Christian. Tonight, Ritter looking for their first conference win. If Covenant loses tonight, you pretty much are guaranteed that Heritage Christian will win the conference regular season and then look for perhaps getting a chance to win that City Alliance tournament next week. Of course, Cathedral, as well as they have played this year, that's going to be a tall order for anybody in that tournament. Ritter will begin things here in the set number 3. Kenzie Mann outside left. And the return from the left side, Audrey Eaton gets her second kill.
And she put it right in front of Raven Russell, too, who's back out there. We didn't see her really at all in that second set.
And that's really kind of a surprise that she was not. The overpass. Warriors able to survive, and the point, it's going to be Fowler. That's going to be her second kill. And side out here for Stockwell. And I was going to say it was kind of hard to believe they didn't keep Russell in there a little bit more. Especially at 6'2", the point, Ritter. Once again, that's going to be Macy Dill. Dill having a big night along with Kennedy Dillard. Ritter certainly looked like a different team in that second set than they did in the first set. And that'll be the 7th service error.
Kind of hard to forget who the two big kill getters are, at least tonight, with Dill and Dillard.
No doubt about that, the way that they have come up big here this evening, and I have a feeling you'll hear more of them here tonight. A little miscommunication on where they were going to go that time. And how about that block up front? That's hard to block, Raven Russell.
Yeah, that's power on power. Free ball opportunity for Covenant, up to Russell, but there's the block right there in the middle.
3-2 Ritter. And the overpass. Let's see if Ritter can do it again. And this time, well, how about the save there as the Warriors were getting ready to celebrate. They'll get the point on this one, though.
Yeah, Ritter trying to get back in formation, it looked like, after they had the save on the good block from Covenant. Good recognition, found the open space.
So we're tied at 3. Good play at the net. Off the swing there by Jellin. Nice job covering that middle by Caddison Oppie. And point will go to the Warriors. That'll be a double hit against Ritter. And now Covenant leads it by 1 side out. This will be Oppie. Outside, and the kill this time by Jellin. That'll be her first. She had 4 last night. Gets her first of the night.
It's a really interesting lineup out there, too. You have Russell back out there in the middle, a couple of girls that we haven't seen a whole lot of either.
And yet we don't see Kenzie Mann, right?
Not at the moment.
And the point.
Nice setup to Berger.
Second kill for Berger. She has a block and an ace tonight. And Covenant, their biggest lead now at 3. And you see Fowler now, or should say Oppie, moving a little bit more toward the left, and that may not have been a good strategy right there. 5th service error on the Warriors. By the way, Chima Awanya is back in. Another player that could be dominating in the middle for Ritter. And the point, that's going to be Raven Russell.
Good block, easy block by Russell.
And that'll be her first of the night for the point, side out Warriors. And this will be Emmeline Stockwell. And Stockwell gets the ace. Number 2 in the night. Sometimes you wonder why certain rotations are being put in place, but you also have to consider maybe the coach is looking for some different lineups they can use in the tournament. But you go back, there's Kenzie Mann. We haven't talked about her in a little while.
Yeah, in her usual spot. Covenant with a good chance there after Ritter unable to have those good passes to set anything up.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Dynamark, your local one-stop shop for print, signs, promo products, apparel, and mailing services. They've been serving the Indianapolis area for over 50 years. Dynamark, building strong relationships through exceptional service. 317-328-2555. 9-5 point Ritter side out for the Raiders. Winner of this set will go up 2-1. Raiders back on the attack, nothing there. Man, down the line and the kill.
That was their best one yet. You could hear the way that one smacked the floor.
Now, I believe Ritter was thinking she was going to go cross court. It looked like their momentum was carrying them a little bit more to the left, down the line, get the point. And we've seen Mann do that before, just not so much tonight. The overpass and the misplay costing the Raiders. Chloe Jellin. Good block up front is Kenzie Mann on that front row, and unable to make the play is Dillard. Point will go to the Warriors. Fowler gets the point there, and it's now a 7-point lead. Warriors playing much better than they did in that second set. Boy, and those long arms again by Dillard gets the kill.
Yeah, Ritter in unfamiliar territory after the first 2 sets, close throughout. And then Covenant didn't go on their run really until the middle of the first set to win it. And here it's early on. They just have the 6 points, and that's how much they trail by.
Short set in the middle, and that's going to be long. Point Ritter. It's a good thing you're here tonight, because it's almost 9 o'clock. Keith would be asleep by now.
He's not already?
Well, he probably is, but definitely would have been asleep no matter what. That set was not really very good for Dillard again. Mann with a big swing. That's going to be wide. Audrey Eaton looking for a third kill. Point will go to Covenant. They lead it by 6. You know, it's fun that he's not here. We can take all kinds of shots at him. And
yeah.
There's really not much he can do about it.
Yeah. Well, it's more fun when you can you know, do it behind a screen or a keyboard. That's
Ace once again.
I mean, what's he going to do, fire us?
Yeah, come on. 13-7.
He probably got pampered today.
Oh, I'm sure he did.
Had dinner made for him.
That's for sure. Good rotation here for the Warriors. Keep that ball alive. The Raiders going to make their return. And once again, big time swing by Mann. Cross-court attack, defended well by Klupacek.
This may be the longest point of the night.
It is. Good volley back and forth. Short set, middle for Dillard again. Mann down the line, gets another one. Boy, you want your big-time senior to come through for you, and she did.
Yeah, Covenant, that right there, digging out that shot from Dillard to set up Mann, and she found that empty corner right there along the line.
Lead by 8. It's kind of reminding you a little bit of the first set.
This is the largest lead Covenant has had since that first set.
Misplay once again there by Eaton. Point will go to Covenant, leading it by 9. You would think Ritter may get a timeout. Ritter from behind the 10-foot line, nothing. The return wide left. Point Ritter.
He needed that one.
Here's Robin Buck, has an ace and a couple of kills. Warriors still leaded by 8. They love to build that lead, and they will, thanks to, once again, Kenzie Mann.
Just a whole lot of areas. Puts it right over the front line, and late getting to it was Buck.
We've got a timeout on the floor. Warriors lead it 17-8. Big play here for Mount Vernon. Hurdle looking right, now over the middle, fires, and it's in there for a touchdown. What a throw. Boy, what a stick, huh? Side out, back to the middle, and guess what? You want a point on the other side, you go to Taylor Lewis.
Here's Freeman. Has an opening shot. Score!
Stafford around a screen, skip pass. Mays with 3. Mays drive, floater up and in at the horn.
Hand off, and nice hole over the near side. 40, 35, 30, block to the outside. 20, 15, 10, 5, and touchdown. And that's a big one right there, and finally, somebody gets on the board. Covenant 17-8 lead. See if they can put it away here in the third set. Nice block by Raven up front. Unfortunately, could not keep it in play. The point will go to Dillard. Dillard, another kill on the night. 17-9 your score. Side out once again for Ritter. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Riskwork. We make people feel safe. We protect your business. You live safe. We've got you covered. 317-379-6755. Ace for Ritter, down by 7.
Quick 2 points out of the timeout. Something must have been said.
Yeah. Generally, knowing most coaches, we can't repeat it.
Not these coaches.
No. This is Russell. Boy, that's something we haven't seen a lot tonight.
Yeah.
Raven just gets her second kill.
Yeah, that's scary. She just stood there, waited for it. right in the middle, open area.
And a Fowler. 1 ace, 3 kills tonight. All these numbers again unofficial. It's an 8-point lead. Looks a lot like what the first set looked like, and another misplay in the back row. And now it's a lead by 9. What a turnaround here for the Warriors. Trying to go to 3-1 in the Indiana Crossroads Conference. Well, they're going to pick on that zone, aren't they? I would too.
Yeah, hadn't seen a whole lot of points picked up via the serve really in this set, but a couple of ones here lately for both sides, and Covenant's lead has grown to the largest it's been all night.
I guess that was no mystery where they went, huh? See if Russell gets it back. She will not. And not a great set, but somehow Jelen able to get the point.
Well, that ball hung up there for a little while. You thought surely someone from Ritter could get over there to it. She had to adjust, kind of off balance, throws the right hand up there.
Well, it was Oppie who had the set as they go back to that zone again. And the point outside left, it's going to be Chiwana, who ended up getting the point. So now a 21-11 lead. Russell, great spin on the hit and the kill.
Well, Russell can do a little bit of everything. We know she can block. We know she can put a good swing on it, and there she's on the run. She's off her left foot, moving towards her right. Still put a lot of force into it.
And she loves going that way. There's another ace. One thing we see when you get an ace, and that's what you used to do after you played basketball, right?
Yeah, the celebrations they've gotten a lot better, actually, over the years.
And if you did that in basketball, they get you for unsportsmanlike conduct, right?
Yeah, you get looked at funny. You get a couple of whistles, not the good kind.
Nice block in the middle. Chima Awana ends up getting the block. That'll be her second of the night. She had 55 total blocks coming in. Still a comfortable 11-point lead, and I say that, and now it's down to 10. And that's going to be a lift, I believe, on Chima Awana. Point will go to Covenant, and we have set point. This will be Emmy Flatt on the serve. Push wide, and was it in or was it out? And they're going to say it is wide. So Covenant comes back. They win the third set, 25-13.
Hey, thanks for joining us tonight. We consider it a privilege to have you as one of our listeners and viewers. If you'd like to see more content just like tonight, just hit the donate button. Every dollar that you donate will go right back into more games right here on IndianaSRN, which means more games for you. It's IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
This is the hotel breakfast.
It looked different online.
Do you children like eggs? Here, they make your bones grow.
It'll be fine. It's gonna be fine.
All right, guys, look alive.
Is it fine, Daryl?
I'm starving.
When free hot breakfast can make or break your day. it matters where you stay.
Go get him.
Hampton by Hilton. Hilton for the...
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Volleyball tonight brought to you by Labor's International Union of North America. We're the Build America Union, 500,000 strong, fighting for better wages and benefits, safer job sites, and greater opportunities. We are LIUNA. And by Officially Human. Their mission is to restore respect to game officials and recognize them as authorities on the field and the court. So do your part, practice good sportsmanship, because if we don't have officials, we have no games. And last time I checked, call your own really didn't belong too much in all this, did it?
No, it did not.
All right, so now if you're Covenant, you don't want this to go to another set, so back to that same old adage, you got to really put your foot on the gas and put this away.
Yeah, you almost have to act like you're down 2-1 instead of up 2-1. You have to play with that same level of urgency that you did in the first set when you wanted to have a good start and you got it. You win it by 9. Ritter made some adjustments to take set 2, and then set 3 was just a couple of mistakes, I think, from Ritter. A couple of things we didn't see in those first 2 sets, and they kind of build on each other. Covenant extends their lead. All of a sudden it becomes 10. It becomes a lead that you can't overcome, or a deficit you can't overcome if you're Ritter, I should say. So pretend like you're down 2-1 and you might get out of here with a win in 4.
Once both teams' lineups are set, we'll get this one underway. It'll be side-out Warriors. They made a nice run in the first set. They made a nice run in the third set, and that made the difference. Let's see if they can do it again here on senior night. 6 seniors again being honored tonight by the Warriors. Free ball chance again. They'll give it right back. See if Ritter takes advantage of it, and they will not. There's Raven Russell getting the block, her second of the night.
And Russell didn't have to do too much. The pass up to Dillard, and the shot off her right hand wasn't the most powerful, so an easy block and an easy point.
Short set, Dillard in the middle, Russell's there.
Another block.
Does it show you tonight just how valuable a good setter is? That's misplayed.
It sure is.
I just don't think people, if you don't understand the game of volleyball, how valuable they are.
We saw how good the passes were to Dillard when she had those quick hitters, and it caught Covenant off guard, and she put a lot of force into those shots, but other times we've seen her off balance. We've seen the timing not the best.
Russell tried to get another kill there, and from the outside left, it'll be Eaton getting her third.
Eaton came into this one as the leader in kills, not by much. As we mentioned, a lot of girls with 40 or more, 50 or more. It's a pretty balanced, evened out attack.
Boy, you can really understand why as many players as they play. 8 service errors now by the Raiders. They are down by 3 in that category. And this will be Stockwell. Has a couple of aces tonight. Well, that one nearly carried by Dillard, but able to get the kill.
Interesting, position on that passing too, because normally the pass might come from the side of Dillard, from the left or the right. And that time it was a little more offset, just behind her, but able to adjust.
Side out Ritter. Good cross-court attack and the point.
A good find there. I haven't seen a whole lot of that trying to go cross-court.
So now a 2-point lead for the Warriors. That's going to be wide. Chima Awana on that left side back in the lineup. Talk about her good size. She is a left-hander. You can always tell when she is in.
I was going to say, I noticed she used her left hand. It looked kind of awkward, but if she's left-handed, that's fine. Just not the best look. Looked like she had to adjust as the ball was midair.
Kenzie Mann unable to get the kill there. 5-2 Warriors. Side out Ritter. Well, left-handers are different. They're.
Yeah, I usually don't associate with too many of them.
Ritter back on the attack and the point. That's going to be Macy Dill once again. Well, left-handers are like redheads because there's only 2% of us left in the world.
Is that right?
Yeah, we're a dying breed.
So you're both?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I'm not left-handed.
Oh, okay, good.
Because there'd be less than 2% then.
I wouldn't have taken the call from Keith and filled in and done this game with you if I knew you were left-handed and redhead.
And Polish.
Whoa.
We're really getting deep now.
Yeah.
By the way, Kenzie Mann just got another kill. So the Warriors lead it by 2. Well, if I would have known this could possibly go 5, I wouldn't have been here tonight either.
You got a bedtime or something?
Kenzie Mann again. I'm not as old as Keith, but yeah, I have an earlier bedtime than I used to.
I forget how old you are. You'll have to remind me.
32.
No, I that wasn't my guess. I think I said 45.
Oh, I'll take that.
Yeah.
I'm 45.
Oh, I was right.
7-4 and make it 8-4. That's a great play. Blocked that time by Oppie. And now you have a 4-point lead. I think the Warriors feel like, you know what, we're going to end this in 4.
Similar to how the third set went. It was Covenant who had a lead early on, too, and they just held on to it.
Another misplay by the Raiders. And now you're down by 5. Another good serve. Back set right. And the point. That time it'll be Oppie.
Not much you can really do there if you're Ritter. They were ready for the block. And it just goes the wrong way off of one of their arms.
Well, you could not have asked for a better start here to this 4th set, but outside right, point will go to Dill. That'll be her 9th of the night unofficially. She, along with Dillard, each have 9 kills. Side out Raiders. There's Mann again, and Mann able to get it over the outstretched arms of Awanya, and that's now 11-5.
She had the whole wind up that time. Nice running start. Mann is coming alive here late.
12 kills now for Mann. That was the kind of numbers you expect out of her. Point will go to Ritter. That's going to be Robin Buck able to get the kill. So lead down to 5. Neri Morales on the serve. Russell back in. Good swing from the left side by Fowler. Boy, the misplay. I'm not sure if that was intended for Russell or it was supposed to be Fowler. Either way, the miscommunication cost him a point. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Family Source Insurance. Pat Cherry is your independent agent, proudly representing Ohio Mutual Insurance. That'll be an ace. Give Pat Cherry a call, 317-894-7000. Neri Morales serving once again. A couple of bases tonight for Neri Morales. Lead down to 3. Boys look to see how the Warriors will come back and respond here. From behind the attack line, but it's too long. And now the lead down to 2.
Nice response here for Ritter. A couple of consecutive points to get rid of that 6-point hole they were in, and now it's an ace.
That'll be her 3rd of the night, and all of a sudden the lead is down to 1. How quickly this game can change. That's Russell, and Russell comes back and gets the kill.
Didn't have a lot on it, but sometimes it's more so about placement and not power. That deflected right off the 2 blockers there up front.
Fowler will serve. Now +2. I would imagine at this point, though, you're going to see a steady diet of Russell and Mann. Russell on the slide, cross-court attack, and the kill.
We saw that back in the 3rd set, and they go back to it here again, and same result.
You know, when she hits that, too, there's a little different spin on that ball.
Yeah. And not terribly close to the net either. She's got a little bit of space there, but still able to make it work.
And she really likes that play, too. They go to her that way quite often. See if they'll do it again. The sweep, nothing. How about Russell? There she is again. It's going to be her 3rd block of the night. Came in with 24 total blocks, but at 6'2", able to get that one.
Hoppy was in the territory too, but Russell, again, hard to get it over, around her.
That is number 6. Had 5 last night. A lot of college football coming up, NFL this weekend. If you'd like a place to go, get some good food, watch the games, try Aspen Creek Grill. Amazing food, great servers who care about your business and your experience. Aspen Creek Grill. 14-11 your score. Warriors trying to put it away here in 4. And that was a nice swing there by Chloe Leas, who has checked into the lineup, and that cross-court attack gets the point. So now serving will be Kenzie Mann. Or is that Oppie? Looks like it actually will be Oppie, number 22. Ritter back on the attack. Oppie can't handle it, and the point.
Really good pass. That time coming from Buck. And now she'll go back to serve.
Now Ritter hanging around here in this fourth set. Warriors have done a nice job responding as man from the attack line. Well, I tell you what, if you don't get that set down and you overpass, Russell makes you pay for it.
One of the last players you want to see that has a hanging ball up there that she can just kind of put it wherever she wants.
It looked like that time stepped on the line on the serve, but no call. Here's Mann again, and Mann able to slide that one in once again. That's going to be number 13.
Well, you said it. Dose of Russell here, and then throw in a little bit of Mann here and there. They're holding on to a nice, comfortable lead, but still not a safe lead.
They had moved Eaton to the right. That ball nearly fell in. Eaton once again shifting over the left side. Mann had to reach a little bit to her left. There's Eaton once again. Back set and the kill. Going to be Chloe Leas on the kill. That'll be her second. Want to remind you, Wheeler Mission, 131 years. The only organization I know or person that's still alive is Keith Myers. The overpass, and it'll be Mann once again. Number 14.
Got to call a timeout.
And there is a timeout. We'll talk more about Wheeler Mission in a moment. Right now, 19-12.
IndianaSRN wants to put more kids on TV. And honestly, that's exactly what these kids deserve. They stream more than 350 high school and college games every year, giving Indiana athletes the spotlight they've earned. All games are free to watch with On Demand on their YouTube channel. The cost is amazingly affordable, which means more kids get their moment to shine. IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
We had mentioned Wheeler Mission, a pillar in the Indianapolis community, providing help, hope, and healing to people in need. Wheeler Mission, by the way, the Drumstick Dash coming up very soon. You might want to sign up for that. Give them a call, 317-686-6239. Almost to the red zone here for Covenant. Boy, that ball kept alive somehow. Short set in the middle, and this time it'll be Katie Schwein who's in the lineup, and she gets her first kill. And now an 8-point lead. Yep. Race to 5 here. And the seniors, I'm a little bit concerned that I'm checking these players out this early. I'm not.
It's never over, right?
No, it's not. So
Kinsey Mann goes to the bench to a nice ovation.
I would wait until it was 24, and then I would take him out. Ritter, see if they can make a comeback here. They will not, at least on this one. The block up front. So now it's down to 4. LifeWise Academy Their programs support educators and communities by improving student outcomes. With LifeWise Academy, your community can bring biblical values back into the classroom. Give them a call, 614-367-5767. Seniors that have come out have gotten a nice hand here tonight. 6 seniors being honored in the pregame. Warriors outside, and the block up front, that's going to be Dillard. That's going to be her second block to go along with 9 kills. Back in the lineup will be Chima Awanya. Still a 8-point lead. Now a 7.
Kind of looks like formation that not totally used to each other, and we haven't seen it a whole lot, if at all, on the side of Covenant.
Well, another senior's coming out. Now, I know that it's a 7-point lead, but I don't like it. I'm just going to tell you, I don't like it at all. I wonder if Ritter makes a real serious run here, and they might, that you won't see those players come back. There they are again. There's another one, 21-16. I coached too long, and I know some of you others have too, to think that that's a good idea.
Yeah, you're going to have to stop this run by Ritter now. It begins with 1, but that's not going to do it.
Also want to thank Morales Group staffing. They're in business to create a better future for you, your family, and the community we share. Whether you're looking for the right career or the perfect candidate, they're here to help. Give them a call, 317-472-7600. Down by 5. The seniors have come out of the lineup for the most part.
And Ritter still has their best 5 or 6. That's a good shot.
Boy, what a save, though.
Better save.
Berkey Fink was the one who got the save, but the Warriors will get the point, double hit. So the lead back to 6. Chloe Leas will be serving. Another senior coming out, and Anna Fowler. Well, one thing for sure, you apparently have a lot of confidence in the players that you have in there, and that's really a misplay that time by Chima Awana. Because I thought that was one of those, that the overpass, she should have come up there and put a little lead into that one. By the way, Yankees are winning 4-0. In case you didn't know.
It's all the evil empires of the MLB that are advancing. I'm sick of it.
And the point will go to the Warriors.
Meanwhile,
just
one more point needed.
Match point.
Yep.
And you were doubting.
I was doubting.
I know I was. Warriors trying to finish it off right here. Not yet. Down the line and the point. It'll be Jelen with the kill to finish it off. And though they got challenged here tonight, the Warriors pick up their 12th win of the season. And they also move now to 3-1 in the Indiana Crossroads Conference with the win here tonight. It came down to Kenzie Mann, ends up with unofficially 14 kills. Raven Russell, though we didn't see her on the floor a lot tonight at times, did end up with 3 blocks and also ended up with 6 kills, and we thought those 2 players would need to come up big tonight.
Yeah, first for Russell in the spots that we saw her in, said she could do a little bit of everything, and she did tonight. Terrific blocking up front. She's a hard girl to get that ball over, get that ball around, and then offensively able to move around. We saw a couple of spots where she had some quick hits in the middle, but also towards the outside, get her moving and get her on the run and swinging, and plenty of kills for her. And, of course, Man was terrific, as we expected, with double-digit kills yet again, pacing the way for Covenant Christian, who I think limited a lot of their mistakes that they may have had in that 3-0 sweep from Lebanon, and able to take this one in 4, and really all 3 sets that they won, winning them by a good margin too.
Yeah.
They capitalized on Ritter's mistakes and limited their own, and won all 3 of those sets pretty handily.
So a big win tonight. Don't forget, we'll have City Alliance tournament action coming up next Wednesday and Thursday here on Indiana SRN. Want to thank Jerry Collins, our producer, Daniel Thacker for our camera work tonight. For Jarrett Lewis, I'm Troy Niergowski. Covenant wins at 3-1. We'll see you next time right here on Indiana SRN.